We thought it was very important, us collectively, that we brought to the community's attention information as it relates to the horrific and heinous acts that occurred in the town of Colesville on June 26, 2023. As many of you will recall, a defendant by the name of Patrick Profefriedt on the early morning hours violently shot his 3-week-old baby, Ella, and his wife, Megan. As a result of that, Ella passed away. Megan was able to survive. Joining me around the podium today are numerous individuals that were actively involved in this complete case from the beginning all the way through the end. And we cannot thank them enough. To my right is Lieutenant Davidson of the Sheriff's Department and Megan, Deputy District Attorney Finley, Sheriff Akshar, Under Sheriff Davis, Captain Harding, and Lieutenant Schaefer. It's this team that ensured that justice was done today in Broome County Court. We are announcing today that this morning, the Honorable Joseph F. Cawley sentenced Patrick Profefriedt to the maximum sentence allowable by law, 25 years to life, for the horrible, unjustified, heinous acts that he committed, again, on June 26, 2023. In those early morning hours, a 911 call was made by Megan, who grasped her daughter tightly. That 911 call was played in court today. For 22 minutes, Megan had to watch, observe, and feel her daughter pass. Members of the Sheriff's Department immediately responded. Deputies Broughton and Deputies Tran, and I commend their efforts. They did everything they could for Ella those early morning hours, but unfortunately, Ella passed. After that, the defendant, Patrick, was arrested, and he's been housed in the Broome County Correctional Facility ever since. This is not the first time Patrick's done this, but based upon the hard work, the collective work of the team here today, we hope it is the last. I can't thank everybody enough around this podium for all the work, the time, and the energy. And I want to specifically thank Megan for your efforts, for your tireless efforts for your daughter. I know nothing we can do collectively will ever bring her up or ever bring her back, but I hope today can put some closure on what you had to witness and what you had to go through. Judge Cawley said it best this morning when he sentenced this defendant, when he said, "No one can possibly understand what Megan went through the last 22 minutes of Eleanor's life. We can't." With that, at this time, I want to introduce, to make some comments, Broome County Sheriff Fred Akshar. Sheriff, thank you.
I've thought a lot about what I would say. I didn't quite know that you'd be here. Made things a little bit more difficult for me. I recognize that there is not a single thing that I could ever say to you that would help heal what I am sure is a broken heart. My hope, my prayer, of course, is that today, sentencing will bring you some bit of closure. That, of course, is my hope. I want to thank the District Attorney's Office, the prosecuting attorney, for their relentless pursuit of justice. And I want to thank my staff, because after the defendant in this case took the life of his own child, he ran in the woods and hid like a scared rat. Scared rat. And it was because of the relentless pursuit of the men and women of law enforcement, they were able to flush him out and take him into custody. I am grateful and appreciative of Judge Cawley for handing down the maximum sentence. But in a case like this, 25 years doesn't seem appropriate. If you'll excuse my candor, a pine box seems appropriate to me. But unfortunately, in a state in which we live, that's not an option. So 25 years to life is the best that we could possibly hope for. Megan, on behalf of the men and women that I have the distinct pleasure of representing and leading every single day. Our thoughts, our prayers, our love, and our condolences remain with you. Thank you.
Sure, thank you very much. At this point in time, we will answer any questions that the media may have.
How difficult is it on your staff having to deal with a case like this? I mean, it was heart-wrenching in the courtroom today just to listen to that 911 call. These must be very difficult cases to deal with.
Yeah, Jim, we're human, like anybody. We have emotions, but we are tasked with ensuring justice is done. And we fought through this, and I can't commend Deputy District Attorney Finley enough for all the effort he put into this case. It was a difficult decision today to play that 911. But we wanted to make sure, as this was a plea of guilty and not a trial, that the court was fully aware of all the facts and all the circumstances, specifically all the trauma that this defendant put Megan and Eleanor through. It was with the victim's consent in this case that we did play that.
I think, Jim, you highlight something that's incredibly important, right? Whether it be the prosecutor or the prosecutor's team, right? The members of law enforcement, oftentimes, we get to sit behind a desk and make decisions. I will never forget getting the call and during the early morning hours from the undersheriff and him describing this and like me thinking to myself, like, this is unimaginable. What human being shoots their week-old baby and leaves the mother of that child to die? And then goes and hides like a scared rat in the woods, right? It is the people who wear the uniform, the detectives, the deputies, the prosecutors who must pick up the pieces afterwards, who really bear the vast majority of the brunt of that. And almost like, dealing with, to the DA's point, significant emotion, right? We are human. We may wear this uniform, but we are human as well.
Any other questions?
If you could touch back up on what you mentioned in court earlier this morning about his comments during the investigation with the sheriff's office about having a great lawyer and trying to get out of this easily.
Yeah, so the sheriff's department did an incredible job interviewing this individual. During that interview process and also through intake, this defendant made a lot of spontaneous comments, specifically, I'll get a great lawyer. I'll be out of here in less than 12 months. It is what it is. And that right there tells me who he truly is. At no point in time did he ever ask, how's my wife? How's my 3-week-old child? Never showed any remorse. Talked about how it wasn't that big of a deal, and I'll be out of here as soon as possible. So I thought it was important that the court was aware of those facts and circumstances as well.